Hello. Is this thing working? Yeah, it's working.
Hello. Here we are again, Tom. O2 Arena on Saturday night. Is this starting to feel familiar for you, or is this still a big deal?
First of all, let me start by saying, I don't know a lot of people in this room very well, I don't think. But me and you are friends.
What's happening?
As a friend, I have to tell you, that shirt is fucking awful. What the fucking hell is that? What have you got on?
There's a heat wave, so I wanted to dress
have it open at least. Show the abs off. Terrible shirt, mate. What are you doing?
Well, I can only apologise.
I'm just trying to be a good friend, mate.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll go home and cry after this.
What was the question? I can't remember.
O2 Arena, big deal, yes or no?
Of course it's a big deal. It's not a small deal, is it? It's fighting at the most iconic arena in the UK, and as a UK person, it's a big deal. It's always going to be a big deal fighting in the O2, especially as a main event, especially against Curtis Blaydes.
When you train, you're conditioning your body for a fight, right? As you're going through fight weeks, are you conditioning yourself to this big stage? Every time you do this, is this like another rep where you get more and more familiar with being at this level?
Yeah, there's no replacement for experience. And I've done this before, so now I know exactly what to expect. Different opponent, of course, completely different opponent, better opponent, and but I have done it before, so these things are getting a little bit easier to deal with, definitely.
I know you don't love the questions about like, oh, you know, how's the fight going to go and stuff like that, but you mentioned this is a different sort of opponent. With Curtis, what are you expecting? Are you expecting what everyone else is suggesting, that he's just going to come out and run for takedowns all night, or are you expecting him to mix it up? What are you expecting from him?
This is MMA. He's a great wrestler. He's great at other stuff as well, so I have to be expecting everything. Obviously, he brings a massive threat in the wrestling department, so I prepared for that. I've prepared for everything. This is MMA, do you know what I mean? You can't just be like, oh, he's going to come out and just take me down. Obviously, he's got great takedowns, but I'm ready for his striking as well, and his submission game. You have to be ready for everything, mate.
Yeah. Last one from me. You have often said, like, oh, I'm just happy taking my time. After this fight, people are going to be putting you at the level that you're sort of waiting to reach yourself. Are you ready for that? Or are you still going to try and take the slow path and get better? I
will take it as it comes, the same way as I do with everything else. You can't guarantee the future, can you? You can't guarantee what's going to happen. So I will cross that bridge when I come to it. But until then, fighting Curtis on Saturday, and that's all I'm bothered about. So please, I would appreciate if no one else would ask me about other fights, because I don't give a shit about any other fights. I'm interested in this fight only.
Tom, hi.
Hello.
I believe this is the first time Curtis Blaydes is an underdog in his UFC career. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I didn't realise that. I don't know why I thought that I was the underdog. I'm not, but I don't look at odds. This is the first I've heard of it. I think that's. I'm not a bookie. I don't even bet, so it doesn't mean anything to me really.
Right, and I know you said you don't want to talk about fights and stuff, but I wanted to get your thoughts on Tai Tuivasa and Cyril Gane, what your thoughts are on the matchup and how you see it playing out.
I think it's a great fight. I think this is. I hate to sit on the fence. But this is heavyweight MMA. I think Cyril is amazing. I think Tai is also very good. But I think Tai's more dangerous than Cyril. I think Cyril's better technically. I think Tai is way more dangerous, so I wouldn't be surprised either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Cyril won, or I wouldn't be surprised if Tai won. This is heavyweight MMA. Massive guys, tiny gloves. Anything can happen.
Thank you.
Tom.
Hiya, mate.
How you doing? It's the second time you're at the top of the poster. Main event, big fight. Obviously, the first time was last time we were here in March. How much has that experience been of benefit to you as you prepare for this one, and how different does this week feel compared to the lead up to the last one against Volkov?
This week feels pretty normal, to be honest, because I've only just done it. It was only 3 or 4 months ago, whatever. You can't buy experience, and I've been here before, and I think that everybody who's on this card, whether you're a home fighter or an away fighter, if you want to put it like that, you need to take into account that the English fans are different. Like, the UK fans are different to any other fans in the world. They're absolutely wild, and the atmosphere in there, it can either make you or break you. And I think you got to be prepared. You don't need to be prepared for that. You need to take that on board when you're fighting in the UK, because it is different.
Yeah, it was a special night back in March. So many British fighters really producing incredible performances, getting some great finishes on the night and showcasing themselves to the world. You got that great finish against Volkov last time. What does a successful night for you look like? Is it just having a W next to your name, or is it getting a finish? What would be a successful night for you?
I don't talk about this stuff too much because it's just really not me, but I'm a winner. That's all I care about. Like, I want to win. Don't care how I win, but I'm a fierce competitor. I'm fiercely competitive, and I'm trying to win, and that's it.
And with Curtis, I know you said that he's more than just a wrestler. He's more well-rounded than that. Where do you feel the biggest opportunities will be for you on fight night in terms of the sort of chinks in his armour?
I have no idea. We're going to find out. I just have so much that I've not shown, and people don't know what to expect. Nobody's got any idea. Curtis or anybody else in the heavyweight division doesn't know what I bring to the table because I've not shown it yet. I've shown 10% of my game because my octagon time is so short. Like, no one's really seen what I can really do. So I have so much that nobody knows about, which is a massive advantage for me.
And last one from me. I know after your win against Volkov, you were quite vocal to Dana that you didn't want to go off to Vegas and fight in Vegas. You wanted to come back here and fight back in front of the UK fans again. You're in the main event in London once again. How much does that mean to you to be spearheading this event?
Oh, well, it means a lot. And I think a big part of why we're back here is because of me. Like, I'm not trying to sound like mad egotistical or anything, but I think that without me pulling him to the side and being like, look, we need to... It wasn't like... I wasn't asking questions. I wasn't like, oh, Dana, can we please come back? It was like, Dana, we're coming back here this year. Let's make it happen. And he agreed with it. Like, he couldn't really say no because it was an unbelievable night in March, and there's going to be another unbelievable night this Saturday. Like, it's a special place to fight, and we got special fights on the card, so it can't possibly be boring. It's going to be absolutely wild.
Thank you.
Tom, just down to the right, yeah. How you doing, mate?
Good, thanks.
When you last beat Volkov, you said that you didn't book an after party because of how much he cuts people. Now you're fighting someone who, again, is known for his elbows and open people up all the time. Is it safe to say you'll just have maybe a few drinks after the bar with this one as well?
We'll see. I'm not planning no after parties after fights anymore because you never know. But I'm ugly enough. I don't need to be any uglier. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get my face cut. So if you could hold off on that, Curtis, that would be appreciated. I don't fancy any cuts.
Is it something that you're almost like punishing yourself for fighting people like Volkov and Curtis who, like we said in the lead up to the Volkov fight, they're not really known for like having one punch power, but they're just accumulative damage, just cuts people up.
I don't know. Have you seen Curtis fight?
I guess so.
He knocks people out. More. He knocks people out pretty good. Same with Volkov. You can't look at his last fight. Nearly killed the poor fella. He knocked him into next week. So this is heavyweight MMA, mate. Anyone can knock anybody out. It's not like, oh, someone's this guy doesn't punch as hard as someone. You try taking a punch of them little gloves on off one of them guys, any of them, and see how you get on. It will knock you out, definitely.
And someone who's doing things arguably different than you is also fighting on his card is Muhammad Mokaev. He wants to be the youngest UFC champion ever. He's got a year to do it because he turns 22 next week. What do you make? Obviously, you've known him for a long time. Is that something that you think, a year from now he could do it?
Yes, he's a special individual. He's amazing. It was like with Muhammad, like I've known him for a long, long time since he was a child and since I was really young as well. I think he was like probably 11 or 12 or something like that when I first met him. And he was like a champion before he even started training. Like, he just has that aura about him. And anyone that has been around him will know exactly what I mean. Like, the guy is born to be a champion, and I think he's definitely gonna do that. Definitely, he's special.
Do you think, obviously, like you said, experience is a massive thing, and he's only one fight in, but he's had so many amateur fights.
Yeah, he's had about 50 amateur fights, hasn't he? So the guy's born to compete. The guy will do it, definitely.
Awesome, thank you. All the best.
Tom, just over here. You surpassed Ronda Rousey's record for the quickest to 5 UFC victories. What does that kind of record mean to you? Does it mean much to you? I know, obviously, you're a very humble guy.
It's good for the old Instagram post, isn't it? Like, get us a few likes. No, it's nice, mate. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you mate. That's not very nice.
Okay.
It's just nice because there's some big names on that list, and to like surpass the other names, people like, I think Frank Mir was on there, Ronda Rousey's on there. I can't remember who else. There's a lot of big names on there, and for me to beat them guys in that certain aspect, like, it's a big thing. Like, I look up to all them people, and I'm, first and foremost in this thing, I'm a fan. So if I can even be like on the same list as them people, never mind doing better than them. Like, that's it's good for the ego, that's for sure. It's good for the ego.
And, you have a very high finishing rate. What do you think sets you aside from other heavyweights at the top of the division right now?
I think the obvious thing would be like my speed sets me aside. That's the obvious thing. I think the biggest thing is my decision making. I think my decision making is like top of the top level. I make decisions super quick and super intelligent decisions really fast. And I don't think that's something that the untrained eye doesn't see too well. And even the trained eye might not see that too well, but my decision making is better than most people's in this division, that's for sure.
And you've not made it into the third round before. Obviously is that kind of like a gift and a curse in a way? I know you want to showcase more of your skills, and you said you've only shown 10% of what you have. Are you wanting to perhaps go into the deeper rounds?
I am, of course, but I've only just turned 29, and I have a whole lot of years of fighting to do in front of me. Like, I've got at least another 10 years in this sport before I want to retire. And there's definitely time for me to have more time in the octagon, definitely. So for me to not have a lot of miles on the clock and still be fresh, I think that's a good thing as well. But like you say, I don't have the experience there and the time in the octagon, so it is a gift and a curse. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
And earlier you were surprised that you were the underdog. That you thought you were going to be the underdog with this one. Why did you think you would be the underdog going into tonight?
Because this is my 6th UFC fight, and I believe it's Curtis's 17th or 18th UFC fight. He has been in the top 7 in the world for the last 5 years. I've just broke the top 10. He's beat everybody apart from the 2 biggest punchers in the division. His record speaks for itself, and I don't think... I think I've still got a lot of work to do. Like, I don't feel like I've done that much, really. I think he's done a lot more than me. So, that, basically.
Is that a nice surprise, though? Does that give you any kind of added confidence?
Doesn't bother me at all. What other people think does not bother me at all. Like, what matters is what I think about myself and what my team think about me. And I'm confident in myself, really, and that's all. What other people think is pretty irrelevant at this stage.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tom right here.
Sorry. Hello.
Hi. Tom, usually you beat a guy like Curtis Blaydes, people start talking about things like title shots and the like and everything for the future. But with everything going on with the belt, what they may or may not do with some of the other guys at the top, would you say you're going to stay active going into late 2022, maybe early 2023 if the belt isn't offered to you?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not really... I'm just trying to... I've got a lot of work to do before I get to the belt, in my opinion. So, I'll fight. If they want me to fight, I'll fight. I've been really active. I think this is my 7th fight in 2 years. So it's quite active, especially for a top heavyweight. That's really active, actually. So, I've been active so far. Let's keep it going. But I would imagine it's going to slow down a little bit now, fighting the top guys and stuff. So, whatever. I'm a fighter. I want to fight.
As a spectator, what would you like to see happen? Do you think maybe Stipe versus John Jones, or would you like John to maybe, see that fight against Francis Ngannou?
I just want to see John Jones at heavyweight. Lot of talking, but we've not seen nothing yet, so it's still a mystery, so I'm not really fussed. I just want to see, as a fan of John Jones, I want to see John Jones at heavyweight, see what it looks like.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tim from Sportskeeda here. What are you going to do to bring yourself up from 4.5 to 5 stars in the UFC video game?
Am I at 4.5 stars,
That's
am I?
what you had posted on Instagram. You said, I want to be 5 stars. What are you going to do, man?
I posted that.
You posted that.
When?
It was before this fight was announced. I can show you if you want.
I don't remember posting that. But I do. I do have like someone else posts me on Instagram sometimes, so maybe they posted it. Well, we've got to get me to 5 stars, don't we? I don't know.
That's it.
Throw some spinning shit or something. I don't know. That's all I'm missing. I have no idea. Maybe I need to get a submission off my back. I don't know. What does it take to get 5 stars?
Nope, that's a great answer. Thank you very much. And let me get a World Cup prediction from you as well.
I don't watch that shit. I don't watch football.
Good. Thanks so much, man.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, mate.
Back-to-back main events. Do you find yourself getting recognised a lot more when you're out and about by the public? And how do you enjoy that?
I think after the last fight, I got recognised a lot more. I think I'm a tough guy to miss anyway because I'm like a foot taller than everybody else. But yeah, I get a lot of love. Do you know what I mean? I get a lot of love when I'm walking around the streets with a lot of people like wishing me well.
Yeah.
A lot of people also like saying, make sure you win because I've got 100 quid on you. I'm like, yeah, mate, I'm going to do that just for you. Just because you've bet 100 quid on me, I'm going to win. No, yeah, I definitely get a lot of love and it's appreciated. Like, anytime someone wants to say something nice to me, like, I will happily say thank you for it.
And obviously there's a lot of British fighters doing well. We're at the O2 again. Can you see a sort of summer show next time in a stadium or perhaps in the near future?
We need that stadium, don't we? No. No, we need I don't know, can we do a stadium over here? Because it never seems to happen, that.
No.
Why is there no
Dana
stadiums?
White likes stadium shows too.
What's wrong with a stadium?
Yeah, maybe...
The rain? Is that the issue, the rain? In case it rains?
Yeah, not at the moment.
Well, yeah, I don't know. We never seem to do it. But, mate, I'm happy at the O2 Arena. I would love the Manchester Arena, though. I would love that. Like, that would be something. But the O2 is amazing as well, so I ain't complaining.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.